Dear future classmates, my name is Isabel Payne and I'm a candidate to the NYU Stern MBA program. In this video essay, I will talk about 3 things that have defined me as a person. NYU has asked me to introduce myself to you, and the first thing I ought to mention is that I'm a dual US-French citizen. My parents moved from France in 1974 when my father decided to pursue an MBA at Stanford University. By the age of 13, I had already lived in 3 different countries: the United States, United Kingdom, and France. I was educated in London, Paris, and Washington, D.C. Thanks to my global upbringing, I have always sought international experiences. I have traveled in more than 40 different countries across 4 continents. All these travel experiences have contributed to a global mindset I apply in business every day. I know I will feel at home at Stern, where 35% of the student body is comprised of international students. Professionally, I also sought experiences that had a global dimension. At GameLoft, a publisher of mobile games, I collaborated with teams located in more than 40 different countries. Finally, in 2010, I embarked on an international adventure of my own when PlaySoft, a game studio with offices in France, Poland, Vietnam, and Mexico, hired me to open their first US office. Despite the fact that I had only lived in the United States until the age of 3, moving to San Francisco somehow felt like coming home. Fast forward 3 years, and here we are now in Half Moon Bay, located about 30 miles south of San Francisco. This is the Blue Moon Riding School, where I like to come ride horses and occasionally jump a few fences. I've been horse jumping since the age of 9. I participated in regional competitions in high school, and in college I was part of Sciences Po's equestrian team. Horse jumping has taught me many valuable skills. It has taught me to be more patient, more observant, more resistant to stress, and a fast thinker. But most importantly, it has provided me with a mental framework that I use in my personal and professional life every day. To give you an example of this, I can talk about the conditions under which I moved to the United States. I was initially hired to be the CEO's right hand, assisting him in the launch of the US office. However, for personal reasons, he became unable to make the move, and I became solely responsible for opening the US office. Moving to a new country without any friends, any colleagues, without even an office, frankly, it felt overwhelming. At that moment, I put myself in my riding boots and imagined myself on the obstacle course during a phase called the course recognition. During this phase, the riders walk the obstacle course, assessing obstacle height, inclination, number of strides needed between the obstacles. I mapped out the obstacle course that was the launch of the US office, and methodically attacked obstacles one by one. PlaySoft's US branch ended up being profitable its first year, generating 26% of the revenue of the company. I can't even count the number of times I have fallen off my horse during an obstacle course. I have broken my nose, dislocated my shoulder, a horse even fell on me once. If you fall off your horse during an obstacle course, your coach will basically force you to get back on the horse. While this isn't really optimal for safety reasons, it really teaches you not to be paralyzed by your fears. In September 2013, I was laid off with my whole team from Flurry, a company I had joined when it was only 25 people and had helped grow. But in life and in writing, I learned how to bounce back. And in October 2013, I created my own company, IP Mobile Consulting, advising startups and developers on how to succeed in the mobile economy. One last thing that horse jumping has taught me is a true sense of community. Riding with my fellow riders under a united team has made me value teamwork and collaboration, values that are truly important to the pursuit of an MBA. I try to impact my community in a positive way. This is the Women's Building, one of my favorite buildings in San Francisco. The recruitment and empowerment of women in the technology sector is a cause I'm very passionate about. Working with girls in tech, I spearheaded efforts to recruit more women to my company, Flurry. While it's going to be very hard to leave San Francisco, I look forward to the next chapter of my life, studying at Stern in New York City. Thank you so much for listening to my video, and I look forward to meeting you in the fall. Merci beaucoup!